listening to the Marriage Clinic podcast, a podcast on love, marriage, and personal development. Our purpose is to inspire and equip you with knowledge and skills to enable you to have lasting and fulfilling relationships. Now your host, Joshua Mogri.
Good evening once again. You should know by now, my name is Dr. Joshua Mogri. But as I always tell you, I love it when you call me Uncle Josh. And we are back again with the Marriage Clinic podcast, a podcast about love, marriage, and your personal development. And I am so excited to be here with you today as we continue our subject of online dating. We've been getting a lot of good feedback. Some of you didn't know it was possible. Some of you are understanding the dangers. I first of all introduced it to you. So if you don't know what online dating is, you have to go 2 episodes back and watch where I explain what online dating is. Then I spoke to you about the benefits of online dating. Then I came in last week and I scared you when I spoke about the dangers of online dating. Why sometimes it may not be the best for you. And then now I'm going to hit you with the do's. What you should do if after all I have said, you say to yourself, yes, Uncle Josh, online dating is for me. Then I'm going to tell you the things you should do. Then I'll tell you the things you should not do. And then Uncle Josh would have given you all the information that you need in order to navigate online dating. So let's bring it in. Please share this. If you're listening right now, please like it. I don't know what time you're listening to. It's 8 p.m. here. It could be 2 a.m. wherever you are, or you may be listening to it a month after we even put it out. But please like it first of all. Please share it, and please leave a comment. If you do these 3 things, I will be so happy and I will be so touched, and you will encourage me to keep going through what we go through to put out this information. So let's go. I'm going to talk to you about the do's. What are the do's? What are the do's? What should you do if you choose to go online for dating? Number 1, be honest and authentic. Who you are is who you are. Try not to filter your pictures. Try not to pretend you are this rich person. Don't go taking pictures by someone's car to prove you are wealthy. If all you have is a bicycle, take pictures on the bicycle. You'll be amazed that there's a lady out there who is turned on by a guy on a bicycle. All right? Be authentic. Be honest. Don't say what you don't have. Don't do things that don't come naturally to you. All right? Let whoever is meeting you online meet you where you are and for who you are. All right? Great. The next thing is exercise caution and prioritize your safety. Exercise caution and prioritize your safety. Until you are sure who you are dealing with, don't give out your personal information beyond what you have put out there. Don't give out your location, your private contacts. Don't go ahead and give out too much that can be used against you. So exercise caution. As much as possible, do the first weeks of communication on the platform you are on. So if the person sent you a DM on Instagram, continue talking with the person on Instagram. Don't immediately say, hey, here's my phone number. Take it slow. Whatever you can do on Instagram, you can do on the phone. So please, do it there first. It's easier to get rid of the person there. All right? Then take time to get to know the person first. Don't rush. Relax. Be patient. Take time to get to know the person. Take time to get to know the person. Don't be in a hurry. You don't have to know everything on day 1. You don't have to know everything in week 1. Let it start out friendly and nice, and always tell yourself that there's more of a chance I'm not going to like this person than there's a chance I'm going to like this person. Then I would say manage your online personality and brand carefully. There are so many people who you would think they are promiscuous girls based on the kind of pictures and things they say online. But when you meet them in person, they are not really like that. So remember that who you put online is who people will believe you to be. And I also know some people who are always quoting scripture online, but they treat and discharge like no one's business. If you don't understand what treat and discharge is, please come to my church and ask any young man in my church. They'll tell you what treat and discharge is. But basically what I'm trying to say is that make sure you are curating your online presence well. What you want people to know about you, put it out there. What you don't want people to know about you, do not put it out there. Because remember that even from a picture you take on a street, there are people who can track you down and know what street you were on, what time of the month you took the picture, and where you were. So please manage your online presence well. Then set boundaries. Just like we set boundaries in in-person conversations, set boundaries. You do not talk to me like this. I will not send you any kind of pictures. All right? I will not send you money. I will not have boundaries of things you will not do. I saw a funny thing where a guy said, I started chatting with a lady yesterday, and I started chatting with a lady a week ago. 3 days ago, she said her cream was finished. Yesterday, she said her gas was finished. And now she's telling me that her rent is nearly due. Boundaries. I don't do that. A true man should be able to send money. Then go and look for that true man. All right? You cannot conclude you are dealing with a bad man because you have a broke life. Wanting to date you, I'm not an ATM. I'm not a bank account. It's dating, he wants to date you, to use Ghanaian English. It is not taking care of you. He's not looking to adopt a daughter. He's looking to find a wife. So set boundaries. That's a quotable quote. Set boundaries. You can even tell the person, look, I'm only open to calls and talking when you don't call me while I'm in work. So please, we can only talk maybe between 6 and 9 p.m. So set those kind of boundaries. All right. Then also communicate your expectations to the person. I'm looking for someone who is serious and ready for marriage. I'm not here to play. Or I'm not ready for marriage in the next 2 years. I'm just looking to meet somebody. So if you have a lady who believes that she must get married this year by fire, by thunder, and you as a guy are on this online dating app because you know that you are going to want to get married in 2027 or 2024 or whenever, you need to be able to communicate your expectations. And you, the lady, also need to be saying, yes, you're a nice guy, but I've done the long dating and no marriage came out of it. I'm not willing to do that now. All right. And I'll tell you the last thing about the do's. Do remember that the person is showing you their best self. The person is showing you completely their best self. They will never put up a picture that was not nice. In fact, think about it. When you put up a picture, you normally take about 4 or 5. And if you're a lady, you probably take about 22. And go through every single picture. Nah, I don't like the way my nose was. Oh no, my ring was showing in this one. No. And then you finally pick the picture that suits you most. Then you apply the filter before you put it on. In the same way, remember that everybody you are dealing with is only showing you their good side. Oh, how was your day? It was hard. It really wasn't the best, but I did the best. He's not telling you that I shouted at someone. I flipped someone the bed. So whoever you are meeting online, realize that probably that's just 20% of the person you are meeting. And the hard work has to be done when you transition the relationship to an in-person relationship. I would advise that every online relationship should transition to an in-person relationship where you meet. If not, the dangers are too many. So I've been talking about the do's, things you should do. These are just a few. Please go online, search for more do's and don'ts. I'll come back next week with the don'ts of what you should be doing. Okay, so this is an interesting question. Hello, I'd like to remain anonymous. Too many of you want to remain anonymous. I need names to mention. My husband has an excessive desire for sex. Almost every day he wants to engage in sexual activity. He gets upset when I refuse. What can I do to address this situation? First of all, I want to announce to you that it's a general problem. All men like sex. It's not a problem your husband has, unless he's asking for sex up to 3 times or 4 times every day in a row, and you are giving him the sex and he is still asking the next day, every day in a row. Then he may have a super high libido, but it's a good place to be in. But I would advise you that, as I tell people, we have 3 kinds of sex. We have sex to meet a need, we have good sex, and we have great sex. If he wants sex, give him sex. It doesn't last that long. And if it will make him happy, put him in a better place, allow him to be able to resist temptation some more and so on. Sometimes sex is a duty, but try your best. Remember that if you do give him regular sex, he's not going to want sex as much, because some guys have a 48-hour cycle of, if they have sex in 2 days' time, they want to have sex. Some have a 72-hour. Some have a particular week where they are really randy and then they go off for a number of days and come back. So please, it's a good place to be. Do not see sex as a burden. Remember, it doesn't take that long. So go have fun. Take care of yourselves. It's been great having this time. Bye-bye.